Hey, what's up, guys? Where you guys been? Long time no see, long time no talk. It's been a while, but I'm back with episode number 141 of the weekly Give and Go, brought to you by thehoopdoctors.com. Of course, in case you forgot, I go by the name of Kevin Burke. Seasons predictions, yeah. We'll get to that. That's just so everyday. That's just so common. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I don't want to just bore you right away with my predictions, but I'll get to that in a minute. I'll bore you with that in a minute. Randomly, I'm going to be all over the place. Got a lot of things to talk about. Like I said, it's been a while, so just bear with me. In no particular order, Russell Westbrook. Do you guys remember when Westbrook got hurt during the playoffs last year? Second round, I believe it was. They said that if the Thunder advanced to the finals, he would be ready to go for the finals. And I believe that. I completely bought that. So did a lot of people. They didn't get to the finals, so we never saw Westbrook. But that kind of just went away during the summer. We didn't really hear much about it. We didn't really, think much about it. The summer kind of drags on. We get to training camps. And it's like Westbrook is still hurt. The season starts, or is about to start. Westbrook is going to be out for the first couple of weeks. Hold on. What happened to he may be back by the finals? What happened to all of that? This is 5, 6, 7 months later and he's still hurt? Still? Okay, listen. His game is predicated upon explosion, speed, athleticism. If any of that is compromised, this Thunder team is going to be lame. I mean, with a healthy Westbrook, the team still isn't that good. Since they lost Harden, they've gotten worse and worse each of the last 2 years. I don't think this is a team that's going to compete in the West with Russ or without. Jeremy Lin. I just keep laughing. This story is just hilarious to me. He lost his starting point guard position to Patrick Beverley. Ironically, the same guy who injured Westbrook, right? It was Beverley, if I'm not mistaken. Lost his starting point guard job. He's going to come off the bench now. I mean, 2 years ago, he was as big as LeBron James. He was big as Tim Tebow, you name it. Any player, any athlete in the U.S., he was as big as them. The Knicks wisely chose not to overpay for him. They allowed Houston to overpay for him. A year playing in Houston, a team that cut him a year prior, by the way. That's neither here nor there. Gave him all this money. What was it, 20, 30 mil? I forget. He's back, and they realized that he's not what they thought he was. Really? Seriously? Really? So he's going to come off the bench. And he said, you know what? I have no problem coming off the bench. Of course you don't. Why would you have any problem coming off the bench? You pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. Bravo again, Jeremy Lin. Bravo. I mean, he's laughing all the way to the bench and then to the bank. Still. Yes, Derrick Rose is back, but I don't know. I just don't really think this makes Chicago a contender. I don't think they're going to make the Heat sweat because Rose is back. The Pacers are going to make the Heat sweat primarily because of Luis Scola. That Scola acquisition was probably the most underrated acquisition throughout the entire offseason. They lost Tyler Hansbrough, the Pacers, but they got Scola. I'm going to throw a bunch of cliches at you. A crafty, wily veteran. That's what Scola is. No, seriously. He's going to come off the bench and pay huge dividends. He's cerebral. Another cliche for you. But you really can't measure what he's going to bring to the team. So they're going to make the Heat sweat. I mean, it took them to 7 games last year in the conference finals. Had it not been for the dap that LeBron gave Paul George, a guy in his head, you never know. Maybe the Pacers could have won that series. But the Bulls, I don't see. You can't underestimate, nor will I try to underestimate the acquisition or getting back Derrick Rose into the lineup because he is Derrick Rose. But at the same time, he's one guy. Sometimes the offense doesn't flow as smoothly with Rose than it does without. Yeah, I said it. That's kind of just, if you watch the games last year versus with Rose now, offense is a little different. They're still solid defensively, but as we saw with the game versus the Heat, they can't put the ball in the basket. So welcome back, Derrick Rose. It's good to see you. He looks just as strong as ever. He's gotten bigger. He's lifting a lot of weights during the offseason, or during the last 2 off seasons, I should say. But yeah, they're not going to compete. They're not going to compete. All right, that was just me randomly all over the place. Let me get to my predictions. What would this be without a prediction? I'm going to just do my MVP and the champion. MVP, I have no reason to believe LeBron will not win another most valuable player. What has happened during the summer that would lead me or you or anybody to think that he's not going to be an MVP again? Seriously. So I'm going to go with LeBron. And as for the finals, I'm gonna say the Heat again. A lot of talk about, will they three-peat? They should have three-peated already. If you've been watching these podcasts over the last couple of years, they should have beat the Mavericks, and no one will ever convince me otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. So I think they should have had a three-peat. They should be going for 4 right now. Again, what has happened to a team during the offseason that I think would allow them to dethrone the Heat? I think that the biggest challenge in the East or West for the Heat, I think, is going to be the Pacers for the reasons I just mentioned a little while ago. I think the Heat's biggest challenge when they get to the playoffs and the finals, if they get there, which I'm predicting they will, I think will be in the Eastern Conference. The Pacers are better, like I said. The Nets, they're better, like I said. The Bulls are better, but I don't think they're that serious. The Knicks are better. They're gonna have a tough time getting out of that versus beating, I think, the Clippers or the Spurs. They did that last year, or the Thunder. I mentioned why the Thunder, I'm not that sold on them. The Clippers, what I saw them do against the Lakers opening night, a depleted Lakers team, that gives me pause. And the Spurs, they beat them last year. So I think that, again, the biggest challenge will be out of the East, and I think they could beat the Pacers. So I'm going to go with LeBron the MVP, and they're gonna three-peat / four-peat, whatever. Folks, that's all I got. Welcome back, man. It's good to see you guys. Good to see your faces out there. It's good to be back. Podcast number 141 in the books. Same time, same place. Next week. You guys be good. Take care.